What's up, folks? I'm Brandon. This is Chris. We are Pizzas and Park Hops. Thanks for listening tonight. We have a special episode for you. This is Pizzas and Park Hops football playoff edition.
Yep.
And here we are again for a third week in a row, focusing on football first, Disney second. So what we're going to do this week is a little different. We're going to have a football episode and a Disney episode. That way, people can choose what they want to listen to. They can listen to one, the other, or both. So, we're giving you a little variety here, folks. Everybody likes a little variety every once in a while, right, Chris?
Variety is the spice of life, right?
Okay,
isn't that the expression?
Yeah. So with that said, I just want to let you know that we're just going to step right into this football episode and talk about some variety. And that variety is that you don't always want ACC and SEC teams to be going to the national championship. You want Big Ten in the national championship. You want other conferences to have a piece of that pie. And what we had last Monday night was just that. An epic gridiron battle between the Indiana Hoosiers and the Miami Hurricanes. Now, Chris, what team were you going for in that national championship?
I have been a devout Miami Hurricanes fan since the mid 80s. Since my younger days.
Okay.
So like I said, I said it was going to be a great game. It was a great game. It came down to the last play,
literally the last play. And what
Indiana made one better play than Miami did.
And what happened in that last play, Chris? What happened there?
We don't need to rehash this. We do not. We don't need to rehash this.
The Miami
everybody
fans are trying
knows
to forget. The Miami fans are trying to forget that Carson Beck threw an interception on his last play, just like he did at other universities, and was denied a championship.
Yeah, no, it was a good game. That game could have went. I knew that. I'm surprised that it went the 6 points.
Yeah, me too.
It started out, the spread was 7.5, then it went up to 8.5, then it went back to 7.5 at game time. So, but ended up winning. What was it, 27-21? So
that's right. Yeah.
But it was a great game. It was entertaining. The second half was a lot better than the first half. The first half was very defensive.
That's correct.
And then the second half, they kind of started pouring it on a little bit,
right?
Scoring some points. So. But congratulations to Indiana. Like I said, if it was any other team that they played,
Indiana Hoosier,
I would
national champions here. Just want to,
there you go.
Just want to let you know who I was supporting during that game, if it's not clear.
No, but they deserved. Like I said, if they were playing any other team, I would have been all over Indiana. I was a big fan of theirs all year, but
well, we appreciate that.
Ended up playing that, so congratulate. They had a great year, great season. They played a great game, and they deserve it. I'm happy for Mendoza. He's a good kid. He's a great quarterback. And I think he's going to go number one. I think Vegas is going to take him.
Yep, and I believe so.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. And hopefully learning under Brady over there, he'll kind of take over and bring him under his wing, and hopefully get a good coach that'll coach him up. I think he'll do well.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be it could be a short while before we see Mendoza get any play time. Um, I don't think he's going to be QB1 from the start. So, um,
So I think he can be. I think
I mean, he can be, but I don't know that they'll put him right out,
I think that
right off the bat.
I think the fact that Geno Smith did so bad was one of the biggest reasons why Pete Carroll was let go. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I mean,
Okay.
he stayed with him all year, throwing interception after interception after interception. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he just kept sticking him out there. You know, they had a rookie quarterback on the bench that they could have put out there. You know, the season was already lost at that point. So why not give the kid some reps, see what he can do? But he kept him out there for whatever reason it was.
I think it's going to
You
come
know,
down to training camp, and what Mendoza does in
yeah.
training camp. And then, whoever else they've got, as backup quarterbacks riding the pine.
Hmm.
And I think they're just going to have to see who, you know, how it shakes out,
Yeah.
and if Mendoza is QB1, awesome. If he isn't, maybe he waits a year. Maybe he waits, 8 games. Who knows? And so I think that's the Raiders have a lot in motion right now, and
Yeah.
I think it's going to take some working out. Let's put
Yeah,
it that
no,
way.
they have a good foundation going for the offense. You know what I mean? If they got Mendoza coming in, you're gonna have Ashton Genty in the sophomore year. Second year in the pros. You got Brock Bowers, who's a young tight end. You got Trey Tucker, who's a good receiver. So if they can get another nice receiver out there to go with Tucker and Bowers and shore up that front line, um, I think they'll do well. I think they'll do
Hmm.
well. They got a good foundation going, so it'll be a young team. They'll have years to grow up. But
Right.
I real I want to say if they do grab Mendoza, I got a good chance that he should be starting week one because I don't think they have a better option. You know what I mean? Geno Smith
Okay.
is not the answer. You can't throw him out
No.
there again. Yeah, he's
No.
terrible. He's probably probably the top three worst quarterbacks in the league, if not the worst.
Yeah, he's
You know what I
pretty
mean?
bad.
All the guy does is throw interceptions.
I just think it's going to take Mendoza a little bit to work out,
Hmm.
um, you know, the NFL. Let's be honest here. Um,
Yeah, some
I
kids
think
can pick it up.
it's a different type of football.
Yeah.
Let's be honest
Oh
here.
no, it's a completely different game.
So
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that he's going to have to calculate, and the guy is good at calculating. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that he's got some potential, and maybe maybe he will be. We'll see. But in other news, his brother Alberto is going to Georgia Tech.
Oh, is that where he's going?
Yeah, he's going
Oh,
to Georgia Tech. That was kind of announced today, that he's going to be going to Georgia Tech. He entered the transfer portal yesterday,
yeah, that's what I saw.
and he delayed coming back from Florida from the national championship. Stopped by Georgia Tech, I guess, on the way home, and was seen at the Atlanta airport today, um, boarding the plane.
Hmm.
So I think he made a stop by Georgia Tech, and it kind of came out a little bit in the news today that Alberto is going to be going to Georgia Tech, which it sounds like that deal is inked. So we'll see. I mean, maybe stranger things have happened, right? That uh, somebody's got an inked deal and then they change their mind. So,
Yeah.
but Indiana, they're bringing in a quarterback from TCU. So I think that that's going to be, a better option for them. Um, do I think that Alberto was ready for prime time at Indiana? I thought he was going to maybe have some time to shine, but
Hmm.
with Signetti pulling a guy in from TCU, I think it's going to be pretty much a cemented deal that Alberto will be riding the bench again, as a backup. So, um, kind of sad because he's the one that brought Fernando to IU. It was on his recommendation that his brother leave Cal and come to IU. So
Hmm.
um, sad, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Maybe he's Georgia needs some a QB that's going to really shine, and maybe Alberto's the guy. You know.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they do next year. I'm curious to see who comes back. You know what I mean? I don't know, where that offensive lies, those skill positions, that defense. As far as juniors, seniors, who's going to enter the
We're
draft.
full of them. That's the problem. I don't know. I mean, the thing about Signetti is he likes older players. Okay,
Yeah.
and he likes an aged team. Let's put it that way. So I think in the transfer portal, he's going to be pulling several new in while several go away and go off into their regular careers or to the NFL. Okay, so that's where we're going to be at with that. I think it's only going to be it's going to come down to the start of the season till we find out what happens there.
Yeah. No, that'll be
Uh,
good.
yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to be. I mean, let's be honest here. Last year they were what 12-1, something like that.
Yeah.
And or 12-2
Two.
maybe 12-2, and they lost to Notre Dame. You know, and to get eliminated from the playoffs. So Signetti knows how to put together a team, and he's using. Let's be honest again. He's pulling wild cards out of the Nick Saban playbook, and out of that deck of cards. So, uh, we'll see what happens with him. I think he'll put together another great team. Do I think that they're going to be 16-0? I don't think
Yeah,
that's going to happen.
that's a
That
hard
secret sauce isn't
yeah,
there
that
again.
that's a hard thing to match, to go
You can't.
undefeated and win the national championship. You know,
Yeah, you
but
can't.
like you said, he's got a good program. There's going to be kids that are going to want to come and play there now.
Right.
So
I think for the Midwest, Indiana, I mean, they've got the NIL money, but they've also got a deep alumni that will support. I mean, I've got a friend who has been buying football tickets there for 15 years, hoping that they would win something. Okay. And the guy was like losing faith, but he kept buying the tickets, and here we are. Now they've won a national championship. The alumni are going to be behind it.
oh, yeah.
And they're going to be doing some renos to the stadium. I think they're just going to be starting to attract some players. And I think the university's had enough of losing. Now, hopefully, they take that same initiative and they would turn it into the basketball program, because the basketball program has been suffering for many years now
Yeah.
as well. So I think that the president and the leadership is starting to see the light, that they've got to do something to attract better talent to the school. So,
Yep. No, I agree.
okay. So, well, now that college is over,
Yep.
and we've moved on to the NFL. So, we got a couple timeless matchups. We've got the New England Patriots and Denver Broncos, and this is kind of a rematch of 2016 in the AFC game, right?
Rematch.
Yeah,
10 years ago, dude.
I know, but it's kind of a rematch. It's not the same players, but we're seeing the same thing play out here.
No, no, not even the same situation. Not even close. Not even
Whatever, man.
close.
It's 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 close to the same, except for the fact that you've got a totally different line of players.
Yeah, you have a team coming in. You have a visiting team coming in that's a 6.5 point, basically a touchdown favorite to beat the team, and Stidham is not going to do it. Stidham, he hasn't thrown a pass in the
Oh,
NFL since 2022.
I don't
Okay,
think Stidham's going to do it.
he's not going to do it. He's not
As
going
much
to do
as
it.
I hate to admit this, I think that the Patriots win this. Um, and I've really had to mull over and think about that. Of course, I'm going to go for the Broncos because a uh, I'm a true anybody but the Patriots fan of football. Uh, but but
Sir, we enjoy being at the top. That's what everybody tries to knock you off. So
well,
we're back up. We're back up. Took a couple of years. Took a little hiatus, but
yeah.
the future's bright in New England.
I think um, I think I think it's going to be a good game. And I like you said, I don't think Stism's going to do it. I think that margin should be 3 points on the other side. Let's be honest.
No, you got every facet of the offense. We have the advantage. We got a better quarterback. May's playing out of his mind this year. Okay,
Except for the last 2 weeks.
he's managed the game. He's managed the game. He's won the game. He didn't lose it.
Right.
He didn't play bad.
I
He
I
just
can
didn't.
agree
He,
with
he
that.
didn't light it up. The
He
defense stepped up when it needed to.
he's been
And that's a
okay.
good. That's a good teams do. That's a good teams do. But the running backs, I'll take Henderson and Stevenson, you know, over Denver. I'll take our receivers over Denver. I'll take our tight ends over Denver. Denver's front line is probably a little better than New England's, but I don't see that offense scoring on New England's defense. I don't see it. Not with Stidham. Knicks, you have a better option. Knicks is a smart player. He's got his legs, that bails him out of a lot of stuff. He's a strong runner. He doesn't, he's not a sliding quarterback. He will duck his head and
Hmm.
fight for that yardage. But Stidham is not that quarterback. He isn't, because he used to be with the Patriots when he got drafted by the Patriots. We had him for a few years here, and he just doesn't have it. He just doesn't have it, and especially having played in 3 seasons,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I I I can agree with that portion. I think that you have to give Denver's defense and their offensive line both a pretty good. You have to give them some cred, some street cred there. But I like you said, I don't know that he's going to get it done.
Hmm.
Bo Nix, he could have. I think it could have been a good match. But that spread, that's a 6 points for Broncos. I'm not buying that. I think it's going to go 3 points the other way, or more. I mean, if Sim doesn't, if he doesn't perform well in the first half, then it's like I've said before, and you agree, New England's a second half team. If
Hmm.
if he doesn't manage that game in the first half, then Drake May is coming for him, and they're gonna just steamroll him.
Oh yeah,
We've
no,
seen it too many times.
no. I see the Patriots winning this game by more than 10. I don't think it's going to be close. I really don't. And this isn't. This is just as a football fan. This isn't, a Patriots fan. You know,
We'll see.
I just don't see it. But I'm excited. We get ramped up for these games. You know what I mean? And
Oh yeah, it'll be loud.
we get a lot of them. AFC, and I'm praying that they go to the Super Bowl because I have a big weekend, Super Bowl weekend. I have a lot of plans, so it's gonna be even better if we're waiting for the Pats to play. So it's gonna be a good weekend. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
hoping really big. So, but what
All
are you?
right.
I know where you're going on the other game. I know you're big on the Seattle.
Well, let's go to the NFC Championship game.
Hmm.
So, like you said, it's the LA Rams and Seattle Seahawks.
Yep.
I think that this this one this one here is going to be interesting. Um, I think that Seattle. I mean, look, they handedly beat San Francisco, 41-6, folks.
Yeah, they didn't show up.
41-6. They steamrolled them. They routed them. Look, the Rams. I don't think they have a chance. Personally,
I
I
think
think
the Rams are gonna win.
no.
Yep. They lost Zach Charbonneau, their running back, torn ACL, gone.
I don't see it. I don't
th-
see it.
they're not going to win that game with Kenneth Walker. He's not an every down back. He's a good running back. He's not an every down running back. He's not going to be able to carry that team, you know. And they're going to have to rely, if they're going to win that game, they're going to have to rely on Darnold having the game of his life. And
Well,
I don't see it
Darnold's
again.
Darnold,
I don't
right?
see it. You're right. And Darnold is Darnold. He's still got a little Jets blood in him, you know. Um,
Oh, come
I don't think him and JSN are going to have huge game for them to take out the Rams defense. And I don't think Seattle's defense, it's not like it used to be in the past.
on.
I don't think they can stop the Rams offense.
I think Seattle's defense has one of the best defenses in the league.
They're not what they used to be.
They have one of the best defenses
They're
in
good.
in
I'm
the
not saying
league.
they're bad.
They have the number one defense in the NFC.
They're not like they used to be. They a lot of those games are won with that offense. You know,
I just, I think the game. I don't think it's going to be steamrolled. I don't think that. I, but I, but I think Seattle's going to win. Um, I think Darnold, like you said, he's going to have the game of his life. He in past situations like this, he's not been dependable. But I think he's with the right team at the right time, and I think that he can pull it off and manage the game well and utilize his defense to win that game. And I mean, I'm not saying that he's going to be throwing everything on a rope. Trust me, I'm not saying that. But I am saying that I think that it's going to be a highly defensive game, and it's going to be.
oh,
I
see,
think it's. I
I
think it's
don't
going to
think
be a
so.
low scoring game.
No,
You don't think so?
no, nope, 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 nope.
Oh,
I don't think
oh,
so at all. No, not with Stafford, Puka Nakua, Devontae Adams, Higbee on that
I
offense.
don't know, man.
That
I'm.
no,
That's my prediction.
yeah,
We
I
both
don't
have
see
our
it.
differences
I know.
of an opinion,
We'll see.
and
I don't think so though.
I think Seattle does it.
I think the Rams win by a touchdown. I'm thinking it's going to be like a 31-24 type of game.
You don't think it'll be a teens game?
No, no, not with those offenses. Nope.
I don't know.
I
We'll
don't see it.
see.
I don't see it. I don't see it. Not with the Rams offense like that.
Okay.
The Rams got too many weapons. You know what I mean? And like I said, with them losing Charbonneau, um, that makes it's a one-headed monster in the backfield for Seattle with Walker only. You know, and other than JSN, they really don't have any. Where they have Cooper Cup. You
Yeah.
know, the receiver, which he's not what he used to be. So
Okay.
My thing is, I think the Rams are going to take out JSN. They're going to double team him all game, and they're going to force them to win with, with Cop and Walker. That's the way I see it. You know,
Well, I
but we'll
think,
see what happens. It's look, it's going to be two great games. It's going to be two good weekends. It's going to be one great weekend.
yeah,
Both games. I'm looking forward to both of them. You
I
know,
think the Patriots are going to prevail, and I think Seattle's going to prevail. And I
yeah,
think that's our Super Bowl. That's that's my opinion.
yeah, and I think it's going to be Pats Rams. Believe me, I'd rather see Pats Seattle. I hate the Rams. I'm not a big fan of McVay. You know, so I'd rather see it, but I think it's going to be Pats and Rams. I think you're going to see May against Stafford, the two people that were up for MVP. I think you're going to see them go at it on Super Bowl Sunday, and then we'll see what happens. And that was a big thing. Like I really think Stafford is going to win the MVP, and I think
I
he's
think
going
he
to get
will
it.
too.
I think he's going to get it strictly on
Sorry,
his
Drake.
age and experience. You know, um,
Yeah, I just don't see them giving the MVP to Drake May. I'm sorry.
no, I don't.
Um,
I don't think so either. I don't think so either. You know,
I
but
just think he's too young.
I think he's more deserving. The numbers are the same. There's a few categories where May's got him, but the biggest thing is that May did more with less. May doesn't have a Puka Nakua. He doesn't have a Devontae Adams. You know what I mean? He doesn't have
Hmm.
those weapons. His receivers that he's been feeding all year, you know, other than Diggs, but again, Diggs isn't what he used to be. He was good. He was there when you need him, but he didn't light it up on the stat sheet. You know, May distributed the ball around, to a lot of different players. And May is a game manager. He's very, very similar. And I hate to use in the same conversation this early, but like over here, like we see glimpses of like what Brady used to do. He would never light it up on the stat sheet. You know what I mean? Like, fantasy football, to give you an example. Brady in his early years, the first half of his career, Brady was not a very good quarterback to have in fantasy football. He didn't give you the numbers. He wasn't throwing for 360 and
Hmm.
three touchdowns every
Hmm.
game like some of these guys. Like he was throwing for 220 and a touchdown. You know what I mean? But he managed the game. He grinded the clock out, and that's what I see May doing. Little glimpses of it here and there. The one thing that May has that Brady never had is that May scrambles. May has the speed to get out. When things are going bad, whereas Brady would just throw it away or
Yeah,
just toss
yeah.
it out. He would never take a sack.
I
but
I don't
you know,
I don't I don't
but we'll see. It's
I
still
don't know.
like you said, he's young. He's
I
young.
don't see him being better than Brady.
No, I never said that.
No, I'm
Nobody.
just saying. I'm just saying. I don't see that he's gonna be better than Brady one day, as
No,
time tells.
it's not what I'm saying.
Uh,
Nobody's going to touch Brady's numbers just because nobody's going to have that longevity. Not for a long time. You know what I
right.
mean? For a long time, he lit it up literally for 20 years. You know what I mean? That's why he's got the numbers that he does. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
doesn't have the numbers that he does because he had unbelievable numbers every year. You know, he had solid numbers. Towards the end of the year, he started throwing, a lot. You know, um, but nobody's going to have those numbers. Nobody's going to go to 10 Super Bowls. Nobody's going to be 70%, 7 for 10 in Super Bowls. That's
Right.
never going to happen. You know,
Right.
so that's not what I'm saying. I'm just
Well,
saying the way he plays the game. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's very similar. You
Yeah.
gotta understand. We see it. I saw it for 20 years, and we see it every week with Drake May. I don't think like you guys aren't watching all the Patriots games. You know what I mean? Like we
Right.
do. You see highlights on ESPN. You know
I'm
what I mean?
usually paying attention to Patrick Mahomes,
Yep. So, but
and
either way,
he's
like you're saying, it's gonna be
Mahomes is already
two great
working
games.
out, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Oh, that
I know.
dude's
Those
he's
guys
a
get the
freaking animal, man.
those guys get the best treatment in the world.
Oh yeah.
They get them back so much sooner than me or you would. You know, they get the
Yeah.
best of the best. So
Yeah. I agree. I think you know, um, uh, I don't know. It really depends. I'm not going to give any predictions on the Super Bowl because
We'll do that next week.
yeah, we'll take care of that next week once we know, right? But um, you know, do I think, like I said, the winners this week, in my opinion, will be the Patriots and Seattle Seahawks. But um, time will tell. Time will tell. And
Yep,
we'll see how the cookie crumbles, as they say.
we will.
All right, well, that's it for the football portion of Pizzas and Park Hops. I really just want to thank you guys for listening. And if you have a chance, like, subscribe, and give us some comments. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like about the podcast. We like doing the sports thing a little bit,
Mhm.
and it's a deviation from what we regularly do. And this time of year is deserving of it, no matter who's in the playoffs. I think it's an exciting time. Now that, college is done, I'm a little sad. I'm more of a college football fan than I am an NFL fan. But we really like football. We really like basketball. I really like basketball, and that season's just starting to heat up. February and the first part of March is always an exciting time for me.
Mhm.
And then here in just 2 weeks, pitchers and catchers start reporting for baseball. So I'm sure we all have our opinions there. So anyway, this is Brandon, and that's Chris, and we're Pizzas and Park Ops. You have a good night. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
See ya.